Hello, my fellow citizens of the 7th universe. My name is Player2 if you wish to be that specific, and welcome, yes, once again, to the couples edition of Dragon Ball Z Final Stand here on the Roblox with me and, well, clicky keyboard.
Shush, 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 shush. We don't talk about it.
/E clippy keyboard. Clicky keyboard, because she's not here to do it because we're both in the hyperbolic time chamber yet again.
Goku, stop! No!
Oh my god, you are so loud on my end. I'm gonna turn you down. Oh my god. My eardrums. Sorry if anybody's eardrums were also burned out. But welcome back to another hyperbolic time chamber episode of Dragon Ball Z Final Stand Couple Saga. So, last time we did this, honey, we did Q&As and stuff like that. We did Q&As where people were asking, well, we basically took like FAQs, frequently asked questions, and we basically answered them, even though half the time we answered the questions and then people just asked us again, which is like, okay. Yeah, it was like, hey, that was like basically like questions like, hey, are you guys married? No, we're not married. Questions after, hey, are you guys married? It's like, what do we do?
We just stated this.
I was like, what do we do? But, yeah, so what we're going to talk about now is, well, I've talked about this plenty on my channel, but, you know, finally we got someone to actually, you know, get ideas back and forth with. Because, you know, Ray's been playing this game. I mean, she hasn't played it nearly as much as me, but she has been playing pretty much, like, at the same point as me. Like, she hasn't played nearly as much, but she's been playing nearly as long. So, if that makes sense. So...
Like,
yeah,
basically, I've played through this game a couple of times, so I know the game like the back of my hands.
Basically, yeah. There is still, like, a lot of stuff that, like, you know, like the meta cup, the freaking, like, you know, oh, if you do this, that's what you're supposed to do. That move set is what it is. And if you don't have that move set, you're cringe.
I hate that word.
I actually hate it. People use that word all the time in my comment section, and I'm always confused as to why that's the word they use. Because
Not gonna lie, I delete those comments.
Oh,
I'm so sick of seeing them.
I have a couple mods in my comment section on YouTube that just delete all those comments anyways, because I'm just like, I don't think you know what that word means. But anyways, so besides like the meta stuff, okay, been playing this game, like, you know, we're not the best at the game. We're not meant to be the best at this game. We are just, you know, people just having you know, just having fun doing a series together. Also, Dokkan Battle just let me know that there's a physical character exclusive summon right now, which means that there's a chance that you can get LRs, which I probably have. I think I have all the physical LRs. But anyways,
oh wow, okay,
sorry.
I guess.
Well, the only ones I can think of are Vegeta, Gogeta, and Trunks. It's the only ones I can think of right now.
I don't have those. I want them though.
I know. But anyways, so you've been playing the game for a while, honey.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the game? How do you feel about the game?
Oh god, I just died.
Oh, I'm about to die myself because, like, it's actually, like, unless I clutch it, which I might be able to clutch it. And I actually did clutch it. Cool. But what do you feel about the game? How do you feel about the state of the game currently? How about that? How do you feel about it? Because you hear enough from me. You hear enough from me. So, like, how do you feel?
I mean, I like the game. I don't have a problem with it. Oh, I just died again. Okay, cool.
You don't have a problem with the game. You think it's okay. Do you think... What do you think what would you change about the game? How about that? People know exactly... Well, people know a decent bunch how I would personally change the game. But how would you change the game? Like, what would you do?
Spawn protection.
Spawn protection.
I want spawn protection at all the spawn points in the game. Because I am so sick of logging into the game and get an arcade.
Well, I mean,
like, like right away. By like, someone will spam beans on them, like red beans on themselves, and then they'll throw like a freaking like spirit bomb from like the sky, and it kills everybody.
Yeah, they do that. Because they're like, you know, people these days, like getting beans these days is so freaking easy to get. They're so easy to get now because you literally earn so much money from the Tournament of Power, and so everybody's so freaking overpowered at this point that there's like literally no way that you can't get like a bunch of beans if you're like level 400 plus. So yeah, spawn protection, that's definitely something. What else would you say? What else would you say?
Oh my gosh,
How-
I don't even know.
You don't even know. Oh no. I can.
This is
You know
this
what?
is so childish, but like I know one.
What?
Can we make it so that like when it's nighttime, the map isn't like super dark?
I mean, yeah. That's like something that well, the only map that I feel like that has that problem is, well, it's Earth, because that's the only map in the
Yeah.
entire game that has a day and night cycle.
Yeah.
Because the future is always night, Namek is day all times, and space is
Yeah.
space, and then everywhere else is the same. But yeah, Earth is the only one that has its own day and night cycle. So yeah, I could be 100% legit on that. I feel like
Yeah.
that's not really like. I feel like that's not really high up in the list of things that need to get changed, but I will admit, yeah, there's definitely some stuff that needs to be changed on that, because it does get way too dark.
It gets too dark, and then like you can't see anything, like
Especially
and, like,
if yeah.
literally you have to follow your own aura, like it's that bad.
It's that bad, and you have to like memorize exactly where everything is on the map. For new players, everyone's gonna be like, "Where the heck is anything?"
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is 100% true. All right, that's fair. So that's okay. What about? I'm trying to think for myself. What would I change about the game? What did I change about the game? What I would change about the game is, well, I'd make it so that that the instant transmission isn't meant for everybody. That like literally
Oh my-
anybody can join me at any given time in the world. Sorry, that's
Oh my
very
God.
very childish, because that's not a problem for many people. That's not a problem for many people. I just died.
Oh my
Dang it.
God.
That's not a problem for many people, but for people like content creators such as myself, well, Ray included, just because she's associated with me.
I get too many people that come to me. I fill up a server sometimes. And
I
I'm
feel
like,
kind of. I sometimes like. I don't. It's not just because of like the RKers, but I honestly kind of feel bad about like people that just want to play the game normally, and all of a sudden like
Yeah.
the entire server is just following this one dude around. But that's like, I feel like that's something that's more for me and us for content creators. I don't feel like that's really that. Once again, not really a necessity. Because thinking about it, if you're just like an average, you're just like a normal player that wants to play the game, you're not going to have an entire server fill up and people chasing you trying to kill you. That unless like you have that one jerk that's just trying to follow you around for like a day for some reason. It's highly possible, but like most of the time, like the only people that are going to be following you around are people that like on your friends list. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It probably wouldn't be something that I would do that. But, that's something I would change. What else would you think you'd probably add on the change when it comes to this? Oh, actually, I have an idea, but people are going to get mad at me immediately.
What is about the red beans?
Yeah, take them out. Goodbye. Bye.
I agree because I just want to add on to this. Because literally like with the red beans, it makes transformations completely useless. Like people won't get them anymore.
Well, yeah, and I will see people still use the transformations, but people will just go freaking Android because there is no transformations.
Yeah.
So there's no point. Like, having all these cool like Super Saiyan 3 hair and everything like that, becoming a god, becoming like the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Rose, Ultra. Well, Ultra Instinct's different because you're going to stack on beans on that regardless of what you do. But like, yeah, it just, I don't know. Red beams, well, the way that the game is currently made right now, you need those items in order to even, like, beat certain people. Like, if you want to go in and try to beat 1v1 Broly without red beans, it's GG. Like, you got no chance. Unless you like hanging out for an hour. I don't see it ever happening. So, like, I'd say just the way that the state of the game is, that you kind of need these red beans is kind of a little bit ridiculous. But at the same time, like, we've gotten so far when it comes to the red beans that can't really do much about it.
Yeah.
I wish they were gone. The minute that I heard that like red beans were a thing, I thought they were cool because I thought like you can only use one of them at a time to like make your damage double. I think it would be okay if that was the case, but the fact that you could plop like 80 of them in you and all of a sudden you were doing like 75,000 damage, it just makes no sense in my opinion.
No.
It makes no sense to do that. Like, I'm okay if like in regular MMOs you don't stack items. The game is made so that you can't stack items. Like, there's only, like, distinct, like, certain MMOs that actually let you stack, like, you know, abilities. And even that, like, you can't stack them to a certain extent where the game's broken because you're doing that. So, I don't know, make it so that, you know, keep the red beans in it, but make it so you can only use one at a time. Don't make it so that you can only use, like, you know, that you can make it, like, unlimited at a time as long as you do the buttons right. Like, I don't know. The minute I heard about the red bean thing, I was like, about that. I was okay about yellow beans. I was okay about yellow beans because yellow beans just make it so that you're invincible. Also, what level am I? 288 right now. But I don't mind the yellow beans because it makes you invincible, you know?
Wait, how are you ahead of me already?
Because you've died a bunch of times and I haven't. You died like 4 times because you keep saying it.
Oh.
Because you're like, I died. I'm like, okay. How do you know I died? It's because you keep telling everybody that you died. But, yeah, so what else would we add? I mean, change about the game. What else? What else would you change, Honey Bunch?
I died again.
Oh, yeah. How do you know I keep dying?
Can we make it so Goku can, like, just not, like, why does it spawn you a Goku now in the freaking time chamber?
Because it's always been like that.
No, it hasn't.
What do you mean it has? What do you mean?
Last time I did time chamber, like, a lot, like, when I was grinding on my main account, like, I would spawn at the front door of the freaking time chamber.
Oh, you just talking about
you know when you
spawn?
first come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would spawn.
Also, I missed the time when you can lock Goku inside of the building and just hell pillar him for tons of experience, but now he just phases through it.
Yeah, they stopped that. He doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, because you were able to, like, you know, trap him inside of, like, you know, the building, and you would be able to, like, you know, just hell pillar it or just Kamehameha wave it, and it would just give you so much experience. But now you actually have to do it, like, sort of legit. Actually beat people up like normally. It's weird.
I know, it is weird. I'm not used to it.
I know, I'm not used to it. Well, I mean, I've been used to it for a while because, man, that happened, like, that was taken away almost 2 years ago. So, like, you know, man, it's been almost 2 years.
Oh my god, I've been playing this game for almost 2 years too, then, if that's the case.
Yeah, because, like, back when the channel was all about Final Stand, yeah, that was almost 2 years ago. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The time has flown. And yet
I literally played this game just to be able to play something with you.
I know, really, honestly. But yeah, so that's little things. Any kind of okay, how about this? What would you like to be added to the game? How about that? Let's leave it off on that. What would you like to see added to the game? Because I never get your opinion. Everyone knows what me. I would like the Dragon Ball Heroes or What If stuff plopped into the game. But what would you like?
I would like if there was like when you go to Beerus's planet, like, you're able to actually, like, train with Whis, like how you do with Goku in the time chamber.
Oh, so you want, like, a god chamber. Alright.
Yeah, like a god chamber where you just train and get a whole bunch of XP, too. Like, I don't know, I just think that's pretty cool.
I feel like that might get added at some point. I feel like that's, like, a too missed of an opportunity to not have that. You know, as all we know, Steak already said that the game is only halfway finished. God bless my soul. But, like, but I feel like that would probably be something that would be added. Which then, I don't know if it would be just as strong as the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Actually, it would have to be stronger than the Hyperbolic Time Chamber because people would just never go to it if the Hyperbolic Time Chamber was better. But the God Chamber, like, maybe it's like another Game Pass type thing, but, like, maybe giving you double experience of the Hyperbolic Time Chamber.
Yeah.
That would be
and I would say, like, you should only be able to go into it if you're a specific level. Like, kind of like the secret world and stuff. Like, maybe you just be like level 200.
I was gonna say 600 for this.
You're gonna say 600?
Just cause like you have to have beaten the hard top in order to do it.
So it's kind of like they should have as like another option that you can have, like, when, like, you know, like when you do hard top and you can choose to either like die or get god destruction. They should add another one where it's
train under god, train under Whis.
Train with Whis or something like that.
Yeah, you might be able to do that. Or maybe, like, it could be a chance that, like, you know, in Otherworld, you have access to Whis in Otherworld. Because, I mean, Goku first met Beerus and Whis on King Kai's planet, which is in Otherworld. So, like, yeah. Which,
I wish you could train there, too, without having to die.
Yeah, I mean, I wish you didn't have to die in order to go to Otherworld, but I have but like I understand why that's the case, just so that like you know. But like at the same time, I'm like, yeah. What level am I? 291.
It gives the game some balance. That's why they do it.
Yeah, because like I don't know, they don't want people roaming around. Steak doesn't want people roaming around the world at level 2000, which a lot of people are currently right now because inside of the.
Yeah.
Because oh my god, yeah, like the time that I went to the when I went to Otherworld, like yeah, people were literally like, I saw someone that was like literally like 2045, and that was like a month ago, so I could hardly imagine where people are at right now. Snake did make the Otherworld training much he did make it like much harder because you actually have to beat up players now. Before there were dummies. But now there's actual players that you have. I mean, you have to beat up each other. You can't just beat up a dummy now. So it's a little bit harder. So it's harder, but like it's still not really hard. Like you know, if you do like something like one like you know God of Destruction like you know ball blast on someone, it'll do like 300 million experience. Like it's a lot of experience per shot. So it's still like really up there, but I don't know, it's still a little bit more difficult now. But yeah.
Yeah.
I know eventually stuff will be added in Otherworld. I wouldn't mind having something that's like Kid Buu related in Otherworld. But
that'd be cool. Or like you could train with like Oob and stuff. Like
well,
I don't know, just like
train with Oob
like,
or like you go
GT stuff.
I was gonna say you go to Supreme Kai World and like it's being overrun by like Kid Buu and stuff like that, and you have to beat up Kid Buu like a quest or whatever. That could be cool. Well, yeah. Well, this episode's been going on for actually quite some time. We're actually, it's already been like 16, 17 minutes already. So we're gonna leave the rest of this up to you guys. What would you guys like to see added into the game? I've asked you guys this in the past, but what would you guys like to see? What would you guys like? What would you guys think would be cool to be added into the game? And what stuff would you like changed? You heard our opinions. What would you guys say? But on that note, guys, we're going to say thank you guys for joining us again. If you guys want to see more of our lovely series, let us know in the comments below. Most likely next episode will be in space. I mean, not space, the future. Because I'm like level 292 right now, so I'll be there.
I'm 290, so yep.
Yeah, we'll be there. So, yeah, we'll see you guys in the future soon. So on that note, we're going to say thank you guys for joining us yet again, and we'll be seeing you later!